Yeah.
Where's the beach? Yeah, that's it. We're on.
Okay.
So here we go, folks. My name's Owen. I'll be your demonstrator for today. Now, are we experienced caravanners or relatively new?
Experience.
Experienced? How many years?
25 years.
Whoa! Right. So I won't patronise you. I won't talk about sighting and levelling your caravan. I take it you're happy with all that.
Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. First thing I'll get out of the way is your obviously blow-up awning.
Yes.
So that's yours with the van.
Yes.
We'll deal with that first. But other than that, I'll make a start at the front of the vehicle. We'll work our way all the way around the outside, and I'll jump inside and talk about all your features internally. If you have got any questions at any point, please feel free just to stop me and ask away. The main aim of this hour is, I'm not going to make you an expert in using the van in an hour, but I'm going to give you enough of the basics so you can go out and start enjoying yourselves in it. Okay? Perfect. So, on the very front is your stabiliser hitch, so remember, grease-free, paint-free tow ball. The cleaner your tow ball is, the better your stabiliser will work. Okay, then obviously main hitch underneath, breakaway cable, handbrake on this one is push the button down, put off, and then just pull it back on. Okay, obviously jockey wheel winds up and down, raise and lowers off the handle, and then 13 pin for your lights and your electrics. Now, have you had ATC before in your van? No, so what the ATC is an automated stability aid for your caravan. How it works, it's got motion sensors built into it, and it senses if you're getting a bit of a snake on, and what the caravan will do is automatically apply its brakes to stabilise it for you. So all you'll feel from the car in front, or in the car, is the caravan slightly tugging away behind you, and it's the caravan stabilising itself for you. Now, it doesn't mean you can take it down the road at 100 miles per hour. All it is, you know, the moments when you're on the motorway, you're doing 60, you've got a foreign wagon coming up one side, you've got an English one up the other, and your caravan's getting a bit of a snake on, it'll stabilise it for you. So it's just an added safety feature for you. Now, when you plug it in, it'll make more sense when I'm looking at it on the car afterwards. When you plug it in, it always tests the brakes first, so you'll hear it testing the brakes on and off, and then it will light up in here. It always starts off red, and then it'll either go to a green flashing light or a green solid. Now, green solid light means you're good to go, the system's ready. Green flashing means it's not quite ready yet. So what you can do is pull it down the road a few metres, stop, get out and have a look, and just double check it's on solid. Okay? Yeah. Now, I'll talk about red lights, but please don't be alarmed. In the 2 years I've been here, I've never come across anyone that's ever had any problems with the ATCs, but we like to give you the information just in case you're the 1 in a million person that does ever have any problems. So, when you're plugging it in, if you're getting a constant red light on here that's not clearing, first thing to try is just unplug it, leave it a few seconds, plug it back in again. If you've tried that a few times and the red light's not clearing, next thing to try is leave it plugged in, but uncouple it off the back of the car, and just see if you can rock your van. If you can move your van, it means your brakes aren't locked on, it means you are safe to tow, it just means your ATC system isn't working. But then on the other hand, if you take it off the car, you can't move the van, the brakes are locked on, it's a definite no-tow. But as I say, please don't be alarmed by that in the slightest. We just like to give you that information just in case you are the unfortunate one. So fingers crossed you'll never have any problems with it. Okay?
Yes.
Happy with that?
Yes.
Fantastic. That's about as exciting as it gets on the front end, unless you've got any other questions?
No.
No? Perfect. So, we'll both on down the side. So, first thing you come across is your water inlet. Now, this is your water pipe with it. All it is to remove your pipe is hold the lid, and it's the lid that holds it in place. So just hold the lid back and then just simply pull it off. And then there's your pump on the bottom for you. So all it is obviously drop your pump in your Akerol, push it in, and it's again the lid flipping down which locks it in place for you. Okay.
Is there ones that will go straight to the tap with these?
Personally, you can get ones you can put directly to there. Us here at Salet Leisure don't recommend that because the main thing you're doing, you're putting mains water pressure inside your van now.
Okay.
And really, it's more designed to run off the 12-volt pump pressure in there rather than mains. So what we recommend is the one that you fit inside the Akerol, and you get like a ball cock inside your Akerol. So all it means, when the water level drops in there, the ball cock drops, opens up the system, it refills up the Akerol. So if any failure happens, it's going to be out here, so you'll flood your pitch, which I'd rather flood my pitch than flood my van.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
So they're the best ones to get. Obviously on our Love to Stay up there, when we say super pitches, they are super duper. If you wanted to, you could pull up on the pitch and not leave for a week. Because you've got all your water, you've got all your waste, you can even empty your toilet on the pitch as well. So they are, you'll enjoy yourselves out there, put it that way. So, next one down is your Aldi vent. Now, have you had an Aldi heating system before?
No.
Oh, you'll love this as well. So what this is your central heating system as well as your 10 litre hot water boiler. Now it's all integrated in the same unit. It'll run on gas, electric. Sorry, 2 seconds. Jack, I'll just put their keys on your desk for you. Sorry, it'll run on gas, electric, or gas and electric at the same time. There's no cover to remove or anything, that vent just sits there and does its job. Only thing to watch is not to lean anything up against that bit of the van, because obviously a lot of heat is exchanged out of it when it's in operation. Okay?
Yeah.
So, next one down, got your lovely gas locker. All I need to know of you folks is what gas do you normally run off? Red or blue?
Red.
Red? Perfect. All it is I will get you a brand new pigtail and I'll fit it in for you. Even if you've got your bottle as well, I'll fit your bottle in for you at the end of the
Yeah,
year.
you've got some bottles.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the demonstration, then I'll get all that fitted in for you, so it'll be ready to go. Okay. So for your gas locker, it is just gas on and off directly from the bottle. There is a shut-off valve just on the other side of it there, but that's more for when the guys are safety checking your van. So for yourselves, just simply switch your gas bottle on and off directly from the bottle. Okay, perfect. So we'll mosey on down. Next one, got your fridge vents. Not much too exciting to say about that. I've got it currently running on gas, so a lot more heat comes out of this side. But other than that, it's no different than your fridge at home. Heat's exchanged out the back. All it is we don't walk around the back of your fridges at home, so you don't realise. Sorry, I'm loud. Next one down, obviously your 240, your mains electrical hookup, and then obviously where my lovely bucket is your waste outlets. Okay, so we'll keep coming back. Toilet, have you had a flush tank before?
Yes.
Yeah, so you pink liquid and the water in the top. Yeah, fantastic. And then obviously below, the good old business end.
Yeah.
And it is a trolley dolly, so no excuse for you ladies emptying it nowadays.
That's okay.
Fat chance, he says. Now, with these, obviously blue liquid, but the green liquid is the same as the blue. All it is biodegradable. So what it means, up on Love to Stay, on where your bollard is, the front drain is for all your grey waste, for showers and sinks. The back drain is for your toilet. So as long as you've used green chemical in here, you can very simply lift the girl up and empty the toilet where you stand.
Okay.
So no need to go trudging off across the site. Now if you haven't got any green liquid, we do it inside here. If it's something that you're not going to think you're going to use again, we have got a lovely vending machine up there, which will, you put your toilet cassette in for £2, it'll empty it, wash it out and recharge it back with green liquid ready to go.
Oh, that's okay.
So when I say bells and whistles up there, you've got to have a go at it just to say you've had a go with it.
Yeah, right away.
Okay. Only other thing with here is obviously the drain down for your flush tank just sits in the top there, a little rubber hose.
All right, okay.
Now, my best advice with this is if you filled her up and hardly used it, I would take some off before you get on the road. Main reason being there is a chance it may slosh out inside when you're in motion. So what I tend to do is I carry one of them big rectangle squash bottles. All I do is drain mine off into the bottle, chuck it back in my gas locker, and the next time I go away, all I've got to do is get it back and tip it back in. So rather than, I see so many people wasting it, I think, hang on a minute, you paid for that, why don't you stick it straight down the drain? Okay, lovely.
Thank you.
And then obviously it's just the bottom of the handle there, which locks your cartridge in place for you.
So does that automatically? Oh yeah, you can just do the toilet.
Yeah. So when you open that, it fills up the tank that's sort of behind here in the back of the toilet for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the one before. Okay, yeah. Are we there now?
Yeah, perfect. So we're moseying on down the back. Nothing too exciting on the back. Obviously your two rear legs are on the back, and I will whip your number plate off the back of your old one and I'll stick it on here again.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. So keep coming down. Next exciting thing we come to is in here you've got an external 240 socket as well as an external satellite feed. Now it's set up for satellite at the minute, but you can change it to TV just by simply screwing a TV aerial attachment over the top of it. So what it means is if you're on a site where they've got their own TV or satellite feed on the post, you can run a cable from there to here, and I'll show you where it comes out inside the van. What that stops is the good old days, you know, when you used to have your TV aerial poke through your window. Just eliminates that for you. But obviously I'd love to stay up there. The Wrekin, the big hill you can just see over there, is our TV mast, so you probably won't even need to pull your aerial up and you'll get a full TV signal. Okay. So, next one down, wheels and tyres. Maybe make it nice and easy and put the details here on the door for us. So, it's 60 psi per tyre, and it's 130 newton metres for your wheel nuts. Okay, for the torquing of your wheel nuts, they've been torqued in the PDI. I will torque them again for you today, but from today onwards it's down to yourselves. So if you've got a torque wrench, fantastic. If not, just use a tyre iron. All it is make sure that your wheel nuts are nice and tight before you get on the road. Okay? Yeah, oh, perfect. And obviously with it being a single axle, believe me, checking your wheel nuts before you get on the road gives you a lot of peace of mind when you're going down the road. Okay? And then, last couple of features. Your lovely wet locker in the front there, with your wheel brace as well inside there for you. Okay. And then, last but not least, gas barbecue point.
Yep. Lovely.
Okay. That's about as exciting as it gets on the outside. Any questions? Are we happy?
No, happy with that.
Right, who's going to be first through the door then?
Ready to swing? Oh, I will.
Oh, you
I
wuss.
will. Oh, my bar. Oh, it's still as noisy that way. Oh my god.
Right, let me just get some booty.
Okay, mate.
Don't look at the cover for it. It's little.
No,
tónum minna bara.
Hold on, this is your...
Right. Oh. Right, the first place we'll start is just underneath that long bench there. We'll get some of the technical bits out of the way first. So, underneath here. So underneath here, there's your Aldi heating system. So this is what does your central heating as well as your 10 litre hot water boiler. So it's all integrated in the same unit. Nothing to switch on and off. The only thing I want to show you, Bailey's love doing this. They always hide the drainage tap.
Right, okay.
It's underneath at the back here.
Okay.
He says, I found it before. Yeah, there it is. You see it just on the end there.
Oh, yes.
So
Yeah.
obviously with it sat down, is the system in operation.
Yeah.
To drain your water boiler and your tap system, all you do is simply lift that straight up in the air, and then if you leave your taps open in the central position, it will drain all the water out your taps as well, and simply just drain everything out underneath the valve for you.
Well, I've drained the one hours anyway.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. Now, with that, a lot of people say, oh, we only drain it down in winter. What I tend to do is drain mine down after every breakaway.
Okay.
Main reason being, because if I'm not going to use the van for a couple of months, do I really want to use that water that's been sat in there for 2 months? So I just get into a habit, I drain mine down, and then when I get to site again, all you need to do is close that down, attach your water, pull it through your taps, and that's your system primed and ready to go for you. Okay. All excited? So, we'll do the controls above the door next. Nice and simple, there's nothing complicated in here. So, main one, master switch. Okay, so as you see, that shut everything off inside the van.
Yes.
Okay, the only one thing that will stay on is your fridge.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the one and only thing.
Yeah.
Alright, everything else switches off, even your heating switches off as well when you do that.
Okay.
So, master switch back on, and as you'll see, all the lights and everything come back on. That's because I've physically gone round and switched them all on.
Okay.
Now, I had fun and games in here because there's some random light switches in here. I won't spoil the fun because you'll have fun and games going around finding all the light switches.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you a hint, look up.
All right.
It's the only hint I'll give you. Other than that, you're going to have fun and games running around finding out how I switched all these lights off. Right, so, other than that, starting at the top of the panel, we've got your good old test button for your battery, so you can check your voltage in your leisure battery.
Yeah.
And then, moving on down, you've got your water pump, obviously water pump off, water pump on. As you hear now, the pump's not running because I've already pressurised up your system for you.
Right,
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, two down the bottom, one's your internal lights, so there is like a master override for all the lights, which is cheating. Because there is individual switches as well, and then the one on the outside is just for your awning light outside here.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. No problem.
happy with them?
Yes.
Lovely. Right, we'll get your heating one out of the way next. Honestly, this is the last complicated thing. So, here's your heating control here. What it's showing us on the screen there at the minute, the black plug is letting us know we're running on the mains electric, and then the bottom temperature is just letting us know the temperature inside at the minute. Just 20.5 degrees. Okay, to wake the control panel up, all you simply do is press the menu button, and there's your user screen. So the top one is just setting the thermostat for your central heating. So all you do is plus and minus it to whatever temperature you want your heating on. And how it works is, if that temperature drops down below 21 degrees, the system automatically kicks in, heats up the hot water solution, circulates it around the van, and what it is, the whole outside of the caravan is a giant radiator. So it just heats up the whole outer skin of the van sort of thing. And believe me, you will never ever be cold with an Aldi heating system. Well, you look at the size of it, it's like having 6 radiators in your living room.
Yeah.
You'll never ever be cold in it. Next one down is your hot water. So that's hot water off. One up is hot water on.
Okay.
Second one up is hot water boost.
Okay.
Now what that's done now, it's switched off your central heating, put all its power into that water boiler for you. So all it means, it will reheat in faster than it would in a normal operation. So what it means, if the young ladies nicked all your hot water in the shower, which they tend to quite often, you can switch it onto boost mode and that tank will reheat faster than it would in normal operation. Okay, but what you need to remember when you finish with the feature, turn it back off, because otherwise it's overriding your heating system. So if your heating's never heating up, just double check you haven't put it on water boost. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, the next two down are your power selects. So you've got the electric and the bottom one's the gas.
Oh, yeah.
Now this is just your gas for your central heating and your water boiler.
Okay.
So for electric, that's obviously electric off. It runs at 1 kilowatts, 2 kilowatts, or 3 kilowatts.
Okay.
Now the easiest way of describing that, think of old Granny May's electric bar fire. So 1 kilowatts is one element, 2 kilowatts is two, and 3 kilowatts is all three elements at the same time. So the more power you throw at it, the faster it'll heat up for you. It'll work perfectly fine on 1 kilowatts, but obviously if you've been out and it's cold, put it on maximum output and everything will just heat up faster for you. Okay, and gas is just as easy as blue is gas off and green is gas on.
Okay.
And again, it's just an additional power. The more power you throw at it, the faster it'll heat up for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Are you happy with that?
I think
Are
so.
you confident you can get some hot water and heating tonight?
Yes.
I'll give you a couple of number.
I'll give you my number quite happily. But the main thing of this is, as long as
Yes.
you've got the hang of the basics,
Yes.
Yeah.
if you're confident with that, I'll talk through the rest of the features. But my main thing is, as long as you know how to get some heating and hot water, I know you'll enjoy yourself tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to press the lovely little spanner button there, and it's going to bring up the rest of the menu. So I'll just breeze through them quickly. The little clock symbol is just for setting the time. The moon symbol is a night timer, so if you like a reduced temperature at night, you can set a program. So every night, say at 10 o'clock at night, the heating turns down to say 16 degrees or something.
Okay.
So you don't have to adjust your thermostat, you can do it for you. The sunshine is just the opposite. It's a day timer, so if you like it warmer when you wake up, you can program the system. So say at 7 o'clock in the morning, it heats up to 20 degrees for you. Okay. The little egg timer symbol there, that's a once a week timer. So what it is if people leave it in storage on electric, they can have a program. So once, say every Monday, the van switches on, heats itself up for 24 hours and then shuts off.
Because I leave it plugged in. that's
Yeah,
all I'm
yeah,
saying.
so you can leave it plugged in. All it is, it just helps keep the damp down inside
Yes,
the van.
that's it,
Yeah.
So you do it all.
So it's good, depending on where you store it. I mean, if you keep it at home, it's a good feature you can use. Obviously, if you can get it plugged in on your drive or wherever,
Yeah, that's
you can
true.
just leave that on in the winter, and then you
Yeah.
just need to stick your head in now and then and just make sure everything's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Next one, prioritise is just what power source it looks for. It's always on electric because 9 out of 10 times we're all on electric. The little thermostat is just to offset the thermostat. So if you've got a secondary thermometer in here and they read different readings, you can adjust that one so they both read the same.
Alright, okay.
Then backlight is how the screen stays lit. You will find at the minute it stays blue like that, but you can change it so when you're not using it, the screen blackens out and it only wakes up when you press a button. So obviously imagine when you're in bed, that'll be quite a bright light when you're on there.
Yeah.
Now the little Pac-Man symbol is a good one. What this one is an antibacterial feature in your onboard hot water tank. With that switched on, it heats the tank up about 2-3 o'clock in the morning and it just sterilises the contents of that tank for you. So it's just like an antibacterial feature for you. Then pump settings, all you can do on here is turn your thermostat off and leave your heating running constantly. Now if you want to know what boiling a bag rice feels like, turn your thermostat off because your heating will get to 30 degrees and stay there. So believe me, you will cook inside here. Last couple now. Key beep, if you want it not to beep every time you press a button. Language, if you want to speak French or German to it. External is where you can get like a mobile phone attachment added to the vehicle so you can control your heating over the internet. There is an option. Last few, anything that's greyed out is like a feature you can get added on, but you haven't got it at the minute. It's a bit like an iPhone, you know, you can get different apps and things like that, but I wouldn't really worry about that one too much. And last one, service, just brings up any alarm codes or faults. Reset, so the same as anything electrical nowadays, if it's not doing what it's told, just reset it down and it reboots it to factory setting for you. And the installed accessories is just where you can get the additional bits added on. Okay. And that's it for your heating panel. But as I say, don't worry too much about that second bit. All I'm concerned about is you've got the angle using that front panel.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yes.
Have you taken it in? Because it's normally the youngsters that click on it first.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I'll just move on to the features in the van. So, obviously, for your front bed, pulls out from the end there in the slats, same as the good old time. Now, for the way you position these cushions, is she filming you?
She is.
Oh, how harsh. We'll get some revenge and film here in a minute. So, the way you put your cushions is down to personal preference. All I will advise is always sleep on the underside of them, because they're flat on the underside.
Okay.
Where if you sleep on this side, you'll end up with lovely button marks on you.
Yeah.
So always sleep on them upside down. But as for the order you put them, it's to whatever you feel comfortable on. There's no right or wrong way.
Okay.
Okay. Radio, obviously just on the end down there. I've just switched it off. The on-off is just the long one across the side, just by the turning dial there for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Manuals and everything are just in the top drawer there. So there is a manual for everything that I am talking about. So if you can't sleep at night, there's plenty of reading information in there that will definitely send you to sleep. Okay. Moving into the kitchen. Obviously got your big kitchen cupboard underneath, and your draining board just sits at the back of the cupboard there for you. Okay. Only thing I'll say with this cupboard, just make sure if you have locked it, make sure you unlock it before you pull it open, because again, it's one of these locks that a lot of people break. He says. Oh, I've already broken it. Right, I'll get an engineer to look at that one for us.
Okay.
But the reason they break is a lot of people will lock it and then they just try and pull the handle. So, but I'll get that fixed for you. Obviously, kitchen drawers, not much too exciting to say about that one, but obviously you cut the tray inside. And then, just below in that cupboard, you have got your gas shut-off valves inside there. But our main recommendation, if you do ever smell gas, is just to switch your bottle off. These are more there for an engineer if they ever want to fiddle with your boiler, your cooker or your fridge or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, what should we do next? Should we do your microwave? Very, very simple. Power is obviously your power output, and then there's your timer, and then it's good on start, and then stop on the bottom. Okay. Best advice with the microwave, never travel down the road with that in. As daft as it is, you won't believe how expensive they are to replace, and you definitely understand how expensive they are to replace. So the safest thing is just take it out, wrap it in a towel, pop it in your sink, or very simply, just pop it underneath the cushion there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cooker, so simple, 1 to 6 on the end there for your electric ring. Obviously the electric ring only works off the 240, only works off the mains electric. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 gas burners and a lovely 12 volt igniter. So it's just as easy as 1, 2, 3. So there's your gas burners. And then below, grill pan and handle. Again, grill, turn, hold, ignite. So easy as that. And then oven below with 2 oven shells. You never get 2 oven shells.
Oh, you only get the one.
Yeah, they're like hen's teeth, they are.
Yeah.
There you go, and there's your oven for you. And then obviously below is your pots and pan store. Okay, there is a plug socket in the back there that relates to your electric ring. So I'll put £1,000,000. If your electric ring's not heating up, you've caught the plug in there with a pot handle or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one random thing that always catches me out in these Baileys. Did you see your leisure battery on the outside? Yeah. She's there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So when we had
it's directly underneath the thing.
Yeah.
We've already fitted it in and ready to go to you. It's the one and only thing I don't like in these vans. I do understand why they've done it, but yeah, but she's in, fitted, connected, so you don't need to worry about it. I've done the hard bit for you.
Thank you.
So obviously covered in the top, the plug socket in there relates to your microwave at the top here. Okay, and then your beautiful fridge. So all your power selects are just on the inside of it here. So at the minute I've got it running on gas.
Okay.
Now to light your gas, all it is hold this one down and then hold the sparker down.
Okay.
And you'll notice this link, when it's down in the white it's off, when it's up into the green it's operating on gas. So you know your gas is lit. Other than that, it will run on vehicle battery for when you're going down the road. Obviously mains electric, and then it's just off at the top.
That's it, yeah.
Okay. Now you're perfectly fine to travel with items in your fridge. All it is get it nice and cold on gas or electric first, and then just before you set off, turn it to the vehicle battery. All it is on the vehicle battery only holds the temperature; it doesn't actually chill it as such. Yeah, just keep whatever level you've got. Okay. And you can remove your ice box in the top, but I've got 2 little nieces, and if there's not ice pops in my freezer, I think I'd have World War III. So mine definitely stays in. So, other than that, rear bed.
Yeah.
Now, inside the cupboard there, did you see the grey cushions that were in the front?
Yes.
They're your infill cushions.
Okay.
I won't show you it, because you'll blatantly forget. The best way of doing it is having a play with it, and you'll figure out which cushion goes where. It is a bit of a jigsaw, but it's one of them things, you know, when you've done it once,
Yeah.
you'll know it.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously all it is the table drops down to the bottom, that makes up your bottom base, and then you've just got the additional cushions which make the infill areas for you. So they fill the gaps as such. Okay, but again, obviously with these, turn them upside down and sleep on the underside, and then you won't wake up with button holes on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll give you a slight hint with some light switches, and I'll kind of go like that.
Oh.
And as daft as it is, what do you think that'll switch on and off?
The bathroom.
Yeah, you'll have fun with all the light switches, you'll have fun. Right, if you want to pile in, I'll get in the shower and get out of the way. It's probably the easiest place for me to stand. So, inside the bathroom, obviously the blue button on top of your toilet is your electric flush, and then the little symbol you can just see on the left hand side there, that lights up to let you know when it's your turn to empty the cassette, or it's the lady's turn to empty it.
Remember that now?
Obviously, gate on the front to operate the toilet, and the toilet obviously swivels, same as the standard.
Okay.
So, mixer tap in your bathroom. Don't forget your lovely laundry cupboard here, so if you lift that hatch up, you've got a laundry cupboard underneath there.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously mixer tap just for your shower.
Okay.
Last thing, if you just want to open up that wardrobe behind you. That's it. So, just in the back corner there, you see the Alder tank?
Oh, yes.
That is your solution for the central heating. So
Okay.
it doesn't need draining down in winter, it's good for about -30.
Oh, that's okay.
All you need to do is a bit like checking the coolant in your car, just every now and then just glance over it and just make sure there's enough solution in it as such.
What's the... Do we buy the solution?
You can buy it here, but to be perfectly honest, it's one of them, it is like the coolant in your car. How often do you have to top it up? It's not very often.
No.
So it's more the sort of thing, just keep a visual check on it. You can pop in and see us and we'll top it up for you.
Oh, right.
But it's just, it's more sort of something we'll do on your service sort of thing. But for
Okay.
yourselves, just keep an eye. It's up right on the maximum now, and then the minimum's right at the bottom of the tank there. So as long as it's above minimum, you're fine. Obviously, it's below minimum. You can top it up with a spot of water just to get you the doo-doo if you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But other than that, just bring it into us here and we'll top it up the system for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
Thank you.
And that's about it from me, really. I suppose we haven't done the wardrobe, so I haven't done your TV aerial yet, have I? So we'll go back into this one. And obviously your big wardrobe here. So, standalone table, and then your plastic steps inside there as well for you.
Okay.
And TV area, if I remember rightly, is in the one above top cupboards there. Is it in one of them two? Hey, there she is. So, signal booster, obviously at the back there, it just switches on in the back corner there. Two blue lights on, you know it's on. And then obviously your directional here. Have you used one of these before?
Yeah.
Directional, so you're happy with the use of that? Yeah. Perfect. As I say, up there, the reek in the big hill you'll see is our TV mast. So you probably won't even need to pull that up and you'll get a decent
What's the cable there now? So
To be honest, even I haven't figured that one out.
it's just...
Yeah, I may need to grab one of the engineers because I'm a bit confused because it's normally all wired in. And on here, there is your, that relates to your onboard.
Yes.
And it should have the external one there. Now, unless it's at the one at the front here. No, so I'd say that one is your external satellite feed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that must be an additional thing that someone's added out there, you know, that external satellite thing. But I mean, it's up to you. Do you go to sites with satellite?
We usually
Please
take
on.
our own little dish with us.
Yeah.
The dish, yeah.
Oh, well, what it'll be then is from there outside into here, and then if you unscrew TV1 or TV2, I'd say it'll either be 1-2 or 1-2, if you get what I mean. I'm not sure which one it is, but you'll soon figure out because you'll know you know where your TV signal's coming from.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just windows and roof hatches.
Yeah.
Unless you're happy with the hatches and the
Yes.
windows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same. Yeah, the same as ours.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's about it from me then, unless you've got any other questions.
No, we're fine, thank you.
No?
No, should be okay.
No,
the gas.
should be okay.
Perfect. Fantastic. Obviously, there is a slight bit of paperwork.
Yeah.
And then keys, ever so complicated keys. Main key,
Yeah.
spare key.
Okay.
It is one key fits all.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a his and hers key.
Yeah,
So, yes.
fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, I was going to say you can knock that off now unless you want to film them doing some paperwork.